All right, kids, it's a holiday weekend. Are we excited? Right? I think so. Long weekends are always fun. So, we've got one break tonight. It'll take us a while, but it should be a good one. It's always fun to break Stadium Club. Let's go ahead and go over some information while everybody's getting in the room, getting settled. That way we can all be on the same page about a few little things here. So first up, my feedback is automated on eBay, and anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get the same in return. And that, of course, is due to the miracle of automation. I love it. It's the one thing eBay does well, right? And of course, the other thing there is to say thank you. I do, of course, appreciate you being here, bidding and breaking with me, and many of you chat and hang out with me on the regular basis too. So glad to have everybody tonight. Here's what it looks like in the days ahead. I'm taking a long weekend too. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Gonna be off nights. I don't know what I'll do with myself. Actually, I do. I'll be sorting cards. So, there's always that. Then on Tuesday night, we're going to come back with a 5-box case break of TriStar Game Day Great Series 2 autographed football jerseys and a 5-box case of Panini Immaculate Collegiate Football. On Wednesday, we're going to open a 6-box case of Leaf Valiant Football. That is a new release, and technically it's supposed to come out on Tuesday, but I just didn't have a lot of confidence it would get here on the right day with Monday being a holiday. So I decided we will break it on Wednesday, and hopefully it will be here on time for that. We hope, anyway, right? So as I said, just the one break tonight. It's an 8-box, half-case, loose box break of Stadium Club Baseball. And no mail on Monday, right, for Labor Day. So no mail pickup or drop-off or any of that stuff, which means the earliest anything could go out would be Tuesday, although I've got a few other things still left to sort and ship first. So I'm projecting this one out for Wednesday. Now, as always, that is plus or minus a day. So there's a possibility it could go out a day sooner. There's a possibility it could go out a day later. But as it stands right now, I think Wednesday is our most likely scenario. Everybody's going to pull cards in here, so we do not need to worry about consolation cards because, well, there's a million cards. So every team's going to have some coming. And let me see if we're all paid up. Ooh, yay, we are. Happiness, happiness, happiness. That really works well. That means we can just keep right on trucking. So it is an 8-box, half-case quantity break of 2020 Stadium Club Baseball. Sorry, I've got like a cat hair or something in my mouth. This is break number 2. I don't really know what it is, but all of a sudden, I don't know. Anyway, and it ended tonight on eBay the same night that we are breaking it, which is Friday night, the 4th of September. Our team names can be seen on the left-hand side here, and each user ID for the winning bidder is across from their team on the opposite side. And thank you, everyone, for getting paid up tonight so we don't have to deal with any trauma there. It's a good night indeed. So last little piece of business here. I am changing up your focus. It got blurry in the background. I know it did. That is on purpose. Don't worry. Not to worry. We'll be able to see our cards. Jay Allen is here. Hi, Jay Allen. Jay Allen sent me a picture tonight of all the Rhys Hoskins autographs that he has pulled so far out of Optic, either pulled or purchased or whatever. His collection, I should say, of Rhys Hoskins autographs out of Optic. He's getting pretty close to the full set, which is pretty amazing because there's a lot of variants in Optic. So, all right, what we have here, 2 autograph cards per box. That's what we're looking for. And of course, chrome parallel cards, we will see. We'll find the variants that are the, I don't know what the way is to say it, I guess. The color of the writing will vary. There's a red variant, a black one, and an orange one. The red is the most common. The orange is the least common. The black falls somewhere in the middle. So we'll be finding those variants as we go along as well. And a few different little inserts and things that we'll talk about a little more as we go through the first few packs here, and then we go a bit faster through subsequent ones. Well, I say that, but if they're all stuck together in the pack like they were out of the first break, we won't be doing anything very quickly, I'll tell you that. So box loader here is Edgar Martinez for the Seattle Mariners. So there's box loader number 1. There will be one of those in each box. Jay Allen, you've got Rockies, Royals, and Phillies. All right, my friend, let's do our best to get those ready. I'm hoping to get our Stadium Club from Wednesday night out tomorrow. I got a good chunk of work on it done today, but it did take a bit longer than I had planned on it taking. Like, I usually have a pretty good idea in my head, like a little running kind of tally, and I'll think, okay, it takes about this long to break it. It's going to take about that long to sort it and prep it for shipping and all that. But it's actually taken longer than I thought. By a couple of hours, I suspect, because even where I had to, even my stopping off point tonight, I think I'm still probably a couple of hours from getting it done, which is crazy, but anyway. I'm trying to loosen a few of these up as we go, because those of you who were involved in the break on Wednesday night probably remember we had some boxes that were fine. We had other boxes that had a lot of cards stuck together in big clumps. And tonight, so far, this box number 1 doesn't really feel like it's too bad. I hope we don't find a lot of the stuck together ones like we did the other night, because those were not fun. Not fun at all. All right, so our base cards, of course, we go through at a pretty good little clip. Hunter Harvey, this is the first variation that we see. And you can see there the red foil writing and the red foil up there in the corner. So did I show you the back? Well, there you go. So they're unnumbered, those red ones, as are the black ones and the orange ones, generally unnumbered. Occasionally on inserts might be numbered, but on the base they're usually not. And of course, if we do come across one that is numbered, I will let you know. This is the first example of a chrome card. We'll find a few of those as we go along tonight. This particular one is Rizzo for the Cubs. The chrome are also not numbered, but not seen as frequently. And there's a black parallel. Again, you can note from the writing of the player's name as well as the Stadium Club logo, both being black, indicative of that parallel. And this is an example of Power Zone. We'll see lots of these, and if one is a variant, the words Power Zone will be in a different color. They would be red or black or orange or whatever if they were going to be a variation. Whenever they come through just silver like that, then you know it's just the standard one. There's a little Ozzie Smith that is a red variant for the St. Louis Cardinals. So far, this group's not sticking together really too much, so I like that. That's a good thing. Nico, Mr. Nico Horner for the Cubs is the very first autograph we see tonight. Behind it, there's the Moose, Mike Moustakas, red parallel, Cincinnati Reds. I shouldn't have said anything about them not sticking together, right? Because there went one right behind it stuck together. But anyway, this will be Emperors of the Zone. And we'll find a fair amount of these as we go along too. This particular one is Jacob deGrom in the Mets. And once again, if there's a variant, we'll be able to tell from the color. Otherwise, if they're just the base silver, you know they are not going to be numbered. And this is, I guess, bash and burn is the deal here. And that is just another example of an insert, unnumbered, but one that we will probably see a few times before we wrap up here tonight. I would imagine. Usually come out, yeah, see, there's another one for the Padres. They usually come out fairly regularly. I'm just trying to make sure. Yeah, see, that one's stuck. Some of them are still trying to hang on, but nothing like it was the other night. It was awful the other night. Tonight is not too bad in that regard. So far. I shouldn't say that. We got a long ways to go. But that's how it feels right now. And something stuck again there. Noah Syndergaard and the Mets. So that's the red parallel there for Thor. Jay Allen, I see that Alec is continuing to play pretty well for your Phillies since his little call-up. In the Wings, again, another base insert we'll see plenty of. That one was the White Sox and Eloy Jimenez, but we'll see many others of that before our night is over, I think. Now, you know, the other night I told you I thought that was a variant, but I guess maybe that Aaron Nola is just the base card, but I don't know why it has the big 76ers logo printed on it. But I guess they're all that way for the Aaron Nolas, because we saw them that way the other night, and here they are that way again tonight. It says Marcus Semien. This is the first one we have seen in the orange parallel. Again, that is the more rare of the three parallels that you can pull of base cards in accordance to their color. And what else have we got? Another Emperor of the Zone. And it is Brendan McKay, Tampa Bay Rays. Yes, we have a little sticking in here, but hasn't been too bad, really. Josh Donaldson, that's red for the Twins. That's still hard for me to remember. I keep wanting to call his last team. I have to stop and think about Twins. Of course, it says on there, obviously, but it says Twins. But, you know, you just kind of autopilot things when the guys... You're used to seeing a guy for a certain team. You kind of just want to say his name and say the team without even looking at it. Got to stop and think a minute. There is a Willie Castro. That one is the Detroit Tigers, and it is the black parallel. So that might be the... Is that the first? No, it's the second black parallel we've seen, because the other one was a Chris Sale. All right, so we've seen a couple of blacks, one orange. The rest have been red. And here is our second autograph out of box number 1, and that is Randy Arozarena. It is going to the St. Louis Cardinals. Kind of digging his autograph, I'll tell you that. I do like it. So, Edgar Martinez and red for the Mariners. And that wraps up box number 1. Numero uno. Jay Allen, you said now you're glad you have some of the nice Bohm prospect cards now. I know. He's, you know, I mean, everybody said that Bohm was going to be good. Obviously, everybody expected him to be good. But he's started out looking pretty hot for his little call-up thus far. So we'll see if he can sustain it, but I suspect he's going to be a good long-term contributor, so... Ooh, we got an autograph box loader. How you like that? And that is Jason Varitek. It's hand numbered, as you see, to 10. And that is for the Red Sox. And that is all kinds of awesome. I'm loving that. And I tell you what I'm going to do. All those box loaders ultimately go in a top loader and a sleeve. But I'm going to go ahead and do this one right now. So just give me a second to go grab it. Because, you know, the stuff they print this on is not super sturdy. It's a little sturdier than what we had out of whatever the heck we were breaking the other day. It's a little sturdier than that, but they're still not super sturdy. So I would always just have a preference of going ahead when they're signed and getting them wedged in there. Well, it's down there covered. The top of the sleeve still sticking out, but we'll worry about that part later. The card itself is down in the top loader, and that's the main thing. I'll bang it around on the table a couple more times to get the rest of it to fall down in there shortly. Jay Allen has the Hoskins box loader from last year that was also hand numbered. You know, I couldn't even remember if we had box loaders in the Stadium Club last year. Half the time I can't remember oh, hang on a second, from year to year what we've got. I've got, sorry, I had that, our littlest cat has taken to wanting to well, he's always wanted to get into things. I shouldn't act like that's a new thing, because it's not. But I have a table that is kind of off to my right here that is stacked with a bunch of loose cards that are my own from breaks and boxes I've opened myself and various things. And they sit over there on that table. And every once in a while when I have free time, like, haha, who has free time? Not me, usually. But anyway, if I do ever find myself a little free time, I'll grab a hunk of those and kind of sort them. And in the meantime, they sit on that table, and there are, tens of thousands of them. And so he decided in the middle of the night, about 3 weeks ago, to try to jump up on that table. Now, why? I have no idea, because there's no usable space. Every inch of that table is covered in cards. So we wake up in the middle of the night hearing this god-awful crash, have no idea what it is, have to go wandering around the house to find it, and discover, of course, what he has done. So he's got some kind of strange fascination all of a sudden with that table. And he just had that look in his eye like, ooh, I'm getting ready to jump up there. So I wanted to try and discourage him. And he's trying to do it again. Stop, stop. I don't know what his deal is. Oh boy, but if he's that determined now, you wait. We'll go to sleep and they'll be all on the floor again. This little stamp over there tells you that it is a first day issue, and that was Eduardo Escobar for the Diamondbacks. We don't generally find a whole lot of those. I think we found maybe one in the last half case we did as well, so they don't come out super often. Cubby's got another Nico. This one's a hollow foil, though. Not quite full-on chrome, but hollow foil nonetheless. So a couple of Nikos already out. There's a red for the Tigers. Yeah, so I'm just trying to keep that little guy from crashing all those cards down while we're in the middle of this break. There's Anthony K. red for the Blue Jays. And I'm hoping that somebody's going to maybe hear me and go occupy him with a toy or something. That would be that would be my most ambitious hope. There is a Mookie Betts. You'll notice it's a red parallel, and it is a bash and burn as well, but red parallel insert. Next up comes Giolito for the White Sox with an Emperors of the Zone. He of the recent no-hitter, Mr. Giolito. Michael Baez, that is black for the Padres. And what else have we got in here? I really can't believe it's already the Labor Day holiday. This year, as slow as it has been in some regards, because we've all been kind of stuck at home, it has really gone by quickly in other regards. And I can't believe it's already Labor Day. Yeah, Jay Allen says that Nico was a dupe. Yeah, I mean, basically it is. It's slightly different in the sense that the second one we found was a hollow foil, but it's definitely a second autograph for the same player. Ryu, Blue Jays, red. Of course, we know Topps and Panini both have had a habit of doing that lately. There's a Matt Olson black. And here's a chrome Sandy Koufax for the Dodgers. Well, somebody tried to stay behind up there. And here's our second autograph out of box number 2, bringing us Mr. Josh Rojas. That is the Diamondbacks. There's a Posada red, Yankees. And here comes something for Matthew Boyd and the Tigers. Also a red parallel. Are any of you on the Topps Bunt app, the app with the digital cards for Topps Baseball? Well, they do a set on there called 206, which is, of course, a throwback to the old days of the old tobacco cards and stuff. I've always loved 206, and even digitally, I still love 206, and it came out today. I know, I they suckered me into buying some. There's Mondesi Red Parallel Kansas City Royals. Because, you know, you can get some with the free coins and stuff they give you always. But if you want the good ones, you always have to spend money. And there's several Johnny Benches in there I really wanted. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to spend some money. Garrett Cole, Emperors of the Zone. And of course, I didn't pull any of the Johnny Benches. So there you go. But nonetheless. Jay Allen says it is quiet tonight. Yeah, it is, Jay Allen. I think everybody's just like, you know, it's Friday and going into a long holiday weekend. Everybody's probably just kicked back, chilling out a little bit. Maybe still recovering from Wednesday night. Those were some long breaks on Wednesday. Probably not just mine. I'd say everybody who broke on Wednesday had a long one. There's Matsui for the Yankees. All righty. Jay Allen says, nah, no online cards. Yeah, I know. I go back and forth on that app. You know, some years I get more interested in it and I spend more time on it. And other years I'm not as interested in it and I don't spend hardly any time on it. But sometimes I do get on there and play around. And here's where they get you, you know. It's only like $1 to get whatever. I mean, not everything's $1, but you can get a lot of things for the equivalent of $1. You can get a pack that has however many digital cards in it. And then what gets me is I start on a hunt. Then I'm like, ooh, I want to have the Johnny Bench in this set. And the next thing you know, you've spent like $5 opening this stuff and still don't have the Johnny Bench. And then I think, oh man, these are just JPEGs. These are just pictures of cards. Why didn't I just go spend $5 and buy myself some real cards somewhere? So it's a push-pull. I do spend some time on it occasionally, and then I think, oh, that was silly, and then I go back off of it, and then I'll go back on it. And you know how it is. But some nights when I can't sleep well, I get my tablet, and that's what I do. I play around on that online app and all that sort of stuff when I can't sleep. Andrew Benintendi, there's an orange parallel for the Red Sox. And sometimes we watch TV, depending on what's on and if I'm the only one up or not the only one up. Jeff McNeil, there's a red parallel for the Mets. And wow, we're going to be in Duplicate City tonight because we've already seen a Randy Arozarena, and now we've got him again. And that is the St. Louis Cardinals. Which, I mean, the odds of that are significantly lower than you would think because these are loose boxes, too. So, I mean, that really, Lucchesi, red foil, Padres, really should mean the odds of hitting duplicates like that, 2 of them out of the first couple boxes, should have been pretty low, but yet, there you go. I was going to say I should have played the lottery, but I did play the lottery today. Forgot. But I have no idea if I won. There's a black Veritech. Yeah, so I went into this little corner convenience store, Ozuna, the Braves red foil, because I wanted some place where I could just literally walk in the door, get what I needed right by the front door, and get back out. And they had a racing form in there, and I wanted one for the Derby tomorrow. You know, Kentucky and all. There is a chrome Jesus Luzardo for the Oakland A's, and behind it another Giolito Emperors of the Zone. So while I was in there, I saw the sign that said something about Win, Place, and Show lottery. So I have no idea what that is, and I asked the guy, I'm like, what is this? And he tried to explain it. I didn't really understand, but he says $2 ticket, so I bought one. And then it prints out some horse names and numbers and things, and I guess, I don't know if it's tied to actual races that take place today or historical races or what exactly, but it said to scan the QR code on with your phone to see if you won or something. Josh Hader and the Brewers red foil. And I have not done that, so I don't even know exactly how it works. But at any rate, I did play the lottery today. Buster Posey, red for the Giants. Something called Win, Place, and Show. Well, there's a chrome Matsui for the Yankees. And then I have got this Yelich here, which is a black parallel for the Brewers. And let's see what else. Have we already found both of our autographs in here? We had the Azarena, and we already find the other one. Who was the other one? Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was it Rojas? Or was that out of the other box? I'm going to have to count them. Oh, woohoo! All right, well, I'm probably going to just go ahead and put that in a case. So just let's look at these other two. There's a Bryce Harper red, a couple of base cards, and we're going to let my friend just sit there for a second, and I'm going to get a case to put him in. Jay Allen, you said if I could choose to receive my best card as a real card from Topps at the end of the year, it would entice you. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. You know, that would be cool. It would probably be exceedingly cost prohibitive for them, though. And also, some of the stuff probably, well, I guess if they produce them digitally, they'd have to have an agreement for their autograph in real life, too. So that might not be a hurdle. It might just be the cost of having to print each individual card, because a lot of them obviously are relics and nice and whatnot. Speaking of nice, White Sox, Robert, like it, autograph. It's not numbered, but I really don't care. He's hot. He's good right now. And I've got lots of those little cases that are that size, and I don't get very much chance to use them. So I can see it does have some minor chipping, it looks like, on the corners. Nothing too extreme. But obviously now that it's, you know, nothing else will happen to it beyond what had happened to it in its pack, because it's got diamond cut corners in the case. So it is basically in pretty overall good shape. A few little odds and ends, as we have come to expect on our cards out of the pack even. Not coming out minty mint, which is sad but true. Well, come on out of there now. There's a little Mike Schmidt for you, for a box loader. I couldn't think what I was trying to call it. I know. Maybe I'm not recovered from Wednesday night. That was an incredibly long break, really. Just under 3 hours. So far, knock wood, we have not had a lot of those packs that are real clumped together tonight, so I'm happy about that. Hopefully, the rest of the way through will continue to be like this. Because about midway through breaking it Wednesday night, when every other pack was all stuck together, I was like, man, I don't even want to break any more Stadium Club if it's all going to be like this. Oh, Jay Allen, Mike Schmidt was the first player you ever collected. Well, that's cool. Yeah, of course, you know Johnny Bench and Hank Aaron. They were my two originally. Were those two. Okay, we have got a card stuck together. We have got an Emperors of the Zone Severino. Well, if I didn't show you what was stuck behind it, was that. And I'm not sure if I just set it down or if I had shown you. So now we know the rest of the story. There is, was that stuck together? No, I guess not. Dubon, Black Parallel, Giants. And in the wings insert. Stadium Club has always been interesting to me because of the image variations. There's a Yastrzemski red parallel. Oh, that's actually very cool. I didn't realize he was standing there with Carl when I first looked at that. So that Mike was standing there with his granddad. So very cool. But of course, that's always been the selling point for Stadium Club, or one of the selling points for Stadium Club, is that you see pictures that are different than what you would find on most other cards. Obviously not every card, but a lot of the players have different images than you would otherwise see. Brendan McKay for the Tampa Bay Rays, red. So that's always been the fun part of Stadium Club for me. There is a foil Joey Votto for my little Cincinnati Reds. I said foil, but it's chrome. It wasn't hollow foil, it was chrome. That's a black parallel for the Pirates. I got sidetracked by that throwback uniform that Joey Votto was wearing. Jay Allen, you have approximately 5,000 Mike Schmidt cards. Wow. I didn't realize you had that many of him. I guess we've never really talked about that before. We usually just talk about your Rhys Hoskins collection because that's the current one. I had no idea you had that many cards of his. That's really very cool. You say you bought a lot of them in a collection, so I'm assuming some you got yourself and some you bought. A Carlos Santana 1 of 1 for the Indians. And I have to tell you, 1 of 1s are very hard to pull in Stadium Club too. So you know what I'm going to do? I know that's not worth like a ton of money, but I'm going to put it in a case anyway. Because like I said, I've got some extras of this size. So might as well. These days they don't make all that many cards in the standard size. Everything is always coming out all crazy, you know, thick and nothing like the old days. This one looks actually being pretty good, about like the other one, about like the Robert. There's some minor little edge and corner things, but not a ton. So the Indians, you get a 1 of 1 Carlos Santana. So there you go. And a little one-touch case. Just because, well, why not? Autograph. We see this guy all the time lately. This is the Astros and Jose Urquidy, or however you say it, which is probably not that, but regardless, we see him all the time. Another red foil Moustakas for the Cincinnati Reds. An Ozzie Smith that is red for the Cardinals. And our other autograph, another one we've seen fairly often in products in general lately, and that goes to the Angels, Matt Face. There's a red Verlander for the Astros. Oh, I like that picture of Dustin May. That's a cool shot. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of Stadium Club imagery that makes Stadium Club the most fun. And we have a gold chrome Darryl Strawberry for the Mets. And I should also point out that there are some cards in here for the New York Giants. And, of course, the New York Giants of old are the San Francisco Giants of today. Another red foil Martinez for the Mariners. So when we pull cards, when and if we pull cards that say New York Giants, they will go to the San Francisco Giants because cards always stay, of course, with their franchises, even when a franchise moves or relocates. Ditto, Expos would go to the Nationals, etc. But I did notice in sorting the first break that there's at least a couple of different New York Mets cards that will go to San Francisco. I mean, of New York Giants cards that will go to San Francisco. Jay Allen, you said the collection had a ton of oddball cards in it. That's why you bought it. Oh, okay. It's got like 100 different Mike Schmidt in it. Wow. I wish I had kept all my cards from when I was a kid, but when I was in college, I just had lost interest, obviously. Well, I shouldn't say obviously, but I did lose interest, and I sold them all, and I really didn't get back into it until, I don't know, not that long ago, 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago, maybe. Phillies Bryce Harper box loader. So I wasn't too involved in all that junk wax era and all that. And so, but I just sold all mine in college, and I had other stuff keeping me occupied, I guess, for many, many years. And then all of a sudden you get older and start thinking about stuff you did when you were a kid and think, oh, I should go get some baseball cards. And then I found out, ooh, look at all the things that have changed. I like this stuff. And then the next thing you know, you're spending a ton of money again. So, but either way, it's fun. So I think the Bowman Chrome release date apparently got pushed back again. It was supposed to be Wednesday, and then it got pushed back to Friday. And then my rep told me it got pushed back again, and I asked him to when, and he said he sent me the calendar, but really he didn't. I don't have it. So I don't know what the new date is, but I guess it got moved. So we're not going to have Bowman Chrome next week, it sounds like. That is red foil for the A's. We'll have 2 football releases, the Leaf Valiant release, and then a Panini Mosaic football release will come out on Friday next week. So we'll have nothing new on Wednesday, and only Mosaic football new on Friday. I was looking forward to Bowman Chrome, too. There's a Benintendi Black Red Sox. Zach Gallen, different name, but another Diamondback. So Arizona's doing all right here. But at least you got 2 different players. There's a Nolan Ryan Red for the Astros. Jay Allen, you said the new cards have the stuff that's actually limited. Well, right, unlike the junk wax. Well, right, but do you remember when cards first started being numbered? That was in Emperors of the Zone. And it was a new thing to the hobby, that anything was numbered. And you remember when they were to $999, and ooh, you'd really think you had something. That is a red parallel Stanton for the Yankees. And even when you would first get relics and autographs and all that, a lot of them would be very high numbered back in like 2011, 2012, even into 2013. And then, of course, as the years have gone on, it gets just lower and lower and lower. Chrome Bo Bichette for the Blue Jays. So Charlie Blackmon Black for the Rockies. But you wonder who that first guy was who sat in a meeting and said, hey, let's just number some of these to $9.99 and see if they'll pay more. And then somebody's one-upping that guy going, hey, what would happen if we cut up the jersey and put in little pieces of the jersey? So it's just funny how much cards have evolved, even in the last 10 years, how much they've evolved. So, and I'm sure 10 years from now, it'll be totally different yet again. All right, an Emperor of the Zone Clevenger. There's a Rendon Red for the Angels. There's another orange. This is our second orange one of the night, I do believe. And it is going to the Indians. Karinchak or something like that. Karinchak. I don't know. Something close to that, perhaps. Brian Anderson and the Marlins, red. Well, come on now. There we go. I knew there was one hanging on to the back there, but I couldn't seem to get it to let go. Yamamoto. We pulled him Wednesday night. This one is not numbered. The one we pulled on Wednesday night was, but nonetheless, Marlins and Yamamoto get that autograph. Second one out of that box. And then there was a Cabrera for the Tigers that was a red foil. Jay Allen says, thankfully they've evolved. Yeah, you're right. I do love my Bowman. But you know what? They didn't even give me as much Bowman as I normally get. Like, I'm just getting crushed on everything since they started back after the shutdown. I mean, I am getting things I used to easily, even, last year, I would easily get 3, 4, 5 cases of it. And now I'm scrounging to get 1 or 2 cases of it. And they are just absolutely killing me in allocations, and they didn't do me any favors with Bowman Chrome again. There's Frank Thomas and the White Sox. I mean, it's not as bad as it could have been. We've got maybe like 6 cases or 7, 6 I think though, of a Bowman Chrome coming hobby. Whereas that would have normally been 10 or 12. And then of the jumbo, which is, of course, the thing that everybody wants, I would have normally had 4 to 6. Probably, well, really maybe like 5 to 7. And I think this year I've got 3. So everything is just, ugh. And that's one that, again, that... I easily have 10 cases of that hobby on a normal year. Sometimes even more. So they've cut me almost in half on everything. But there's nothing we can do about it other than just keep on trucking and hope it gets better next year. But of course, it won't, because it took a few years to build up to the numbers that I had. And then you're supposed to be able to maintain your numbers from the year before and add a little bit every year, assuming that you keep your spend level the same or higher with the distributor. And this year they have knocked me back down to numbers that, are lower than they were when I very first started with them. So who knows how many years it'll take to build that back up to anything decent. But I guess we do what we do and go on with it. That is a red Blake Snell, Tampa Bay Rays. Ooh, an autograph out early this time. It is Zach Collins. That's going to the White Sox. So, another one for Chicago. Was that numbered? Hang on a minute. Yeah, it was. Numbered 250. And it's the red parallel as well, Zach Collins. There's a Logan Webb, red parallel, Giants. Well, let go of that, please. Justin says, I missed a Javi Baez image variation earlier. Oh, well, like how far back? Like in this little stack right here? Or way farther back somewhere else? Like way back? Which are we talking? There's a red Power Zone Shohei Ohtani for the Angels. There's a Stanton Emperors of the Zone. If it's in this little stack here, I can just go right back through it and we'll find it. If it's in one that is long ago, I may not be able to. That is Puig Black Parallel for the Indians. Of course, you would get it anyway because all the cards ship, and hopefully I would find it when I was sorting anyway. But if it is in this stack, Justin, tell me now. I'll set it off separately. And if it's in there, you let me know, and I'll see if I can go back through and find it for you. But yeah, always, if you see something like that go by, I mean, for sure, sometimes I miss the image variations in particular. I sometimes miss. And occasionally I even overlook an autograph, which is rare, but it happens. Vlad Guerrero, red parallel. I mean, rare on overlooking the autographs. So anytime you see that, yeah, jump into chat and let me know for sure. But the sooner you do it, the better, because that makes it easier, obviously, for me to backtrack it and find it. So, yeah. Stadium Club Ohtani Chrome. There is a black Bobby Bradley for the Indians. I mean, ideally I catch it when I go through, but realistically, yeah, there are times I don't. There's a Syndergaard red for the Mets. And an autograph. And this is Karinchak. And it is going to the Cleveland Indians. We had some other parallel with him a while ago. I think it was the orange parallel of him, maybe. Grichuk for Toronto with a red parallel. Justin didn't come back and say if that Javi Baez was in that stack or not. So I believe this Dustin May is an image variation. We found him in the... We had one of him in the last break as well, that I'm pretty sure that's an image variation. There's an In the Wings. And I think we've already gotten our autographs out of here. There's a Severino red, Yankees. But we could still find some other interesting stuff, like this Mike Soroka that'll be stuck to something. Oh, please let go. There you go. Emperors of the Zone for the Braves. Jay Allen, you're out of here for tonight. All right, my friend. Yasmani Grandal, red, White Sox. Well, get yourself some rest. Have a good weekend. I hope you get Monday. I hope you have Monday off so you can get caught up on your rest there. And we will continue to work on the mojo for your Rockies, your Royals, and your Phillies. Okie dokie. This is box number 7 of 8 that we are beginning to work on right now, for those of you who are keeping track. For the Astros, there's a Yordan Alvarez box loader. So the Kentucky Derby is running this weekend, which is so strange, of course. Usually runs the first Saturday in May, so it's hard to... In fact, I had forgotten about it. Like I remember, and then I forget, and then I remember, and then I forget. And then today, my mom reminded me again. She's like, you know, the Oaks is this afternoon, and the Derby's tomorrow. I was like, oh, yeah, I did know that, but I get busy and forget. It's so out of context. So we've got the Derby tomorrow, got the U.S. Open, and then, of course, we've got baseball and basketball, and only missing football to have a pretty well-rounded sports weekend here for Labor Day. And there is a Luke Voit red for the Yankees. So Josh Donaldson black for the Twins. And what else have we got? A Yordan Alvarez red, Astros. Well, let go of that. Francisco Lindor. There's an orange one for the Indians. Steven Strasburg, Emperors of the Zone, and that was Charlie Blackmon that was stuck to the back of him there. Kind of getting geared up for football, though. I'm getting excited about football. I really hope they're able to successfully play the season. Jacob deGrom and the Mets, Stadium Club Chrome. Emperors of the Zone, Kershaw. And I'm talking pro. Of course, obviously, I'd like to see college ball, too. But I do feel like it's a little tougher to ask the guys in college to play because I think, honestly, they're risking more. They don't feel like they probably have as much of a choice to opt out. Whereas at least the professional athletes, they have the choice and they still would be financially secure and not risking their futures and all that. A Graterol autograph for the Twins. Of course, you get these young college guys. That is red foil for Tampa Bay. And a lot of them probably, unless they've already got stuff on tape and they can safely say, yeah, I'll sit out and my film will talk and I'll still get drafted. But other than that, you probably got guys who are not really in the greatest position to say, no, they won't play if their school is playing. So as much as I want to see college football, I would be much more understanding if it doesn't happen. Trevor Story for the Rockies. And if pro doesn't happen, that's okay too, really. But I feel like at least those guys can reasonably decide yes or no based on things other than financial considerations. Max Scherzer, Nationals for a chrome parallel. Rafael Devers and the Red Sox with a black parallel. And I also think it's going to be weird with some conferences not playing and other conferences are playing. I think that's weird, too, in the college scheme of things. For the Cardinals, there is Fernandez, our second autograph out of this box. Graterol was the first for the Twins. That one for the Cardinals. There is a red Honus Wagner going to the Pirates. Cal Ripken Jr. Okay, we are on our last box, so we are officially heading into a little last box mojo, kids. Yeah, we are. So we will see if we can't manage to pull together some fire out of this last box. We're going to do our very, very best anyway to accomplish that. Our last box loader is Darryl Strawberry for the Mets. We're getting there. We're getting there. I know, it's always the boring part when you have to just wait while they're all coming out of the wrappers. That's my least favorite part, too. Although I like it much better than Topps than Panini, because Topps, you know, you can grab that top edge of the wrapper and just whoop, and there it goes. Panini, no matter what you do, their wrappers do not work that way. You have to pull them apart at the seams, which I hate. I love to just zip them down the middle like Topps lets you do. I wish Panini would switch. There's a Blake Snell black parallel Tampa Bay Rays. A Trey Mancini red parallel for the Orioles. There is an Emperor of the Zone Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. A chrome Dustin May, the Dodgers. Emperor of the Zone. Those are always stuck to another card. Always, every single time. Jose Barrios, Twins. And look at this little autograph. It's David Wright for the Mets. Huh. And it is numbered 225, it says up there in the top left corner. And in addition to being numbered to 25, it's first in the series, number 1 of 25. So Mets, that's a nice little hit out of the last box for you with the David Wright. There's a Ketel Marte, red, Diamondbacks. Making sure there was nothing stuck to the back of it. Rafael Devers, red, for the Red Sox. Oh, my man Johnny Bench. Dallas Keuchel, red, White Sox. All right, who's hanging out back there? Big Papi, David Ortiz on a chrome parallel for the Red Sox. Got one more autograph left to find. Should be here in this final stack that we have. That is red parallel for the Giants, Lincecum. Yu Chang, red parallel, Indians. There's a chrome for the Cubbies, Garcia. There's a Mookie Betts black parallel for the Dodgers. There's a Lou Gehrig red parallel, Yankees. And here's our last autograph of the box and of the night. It is Bobby Bradley for the Indians. And we've got a Colton Wong red parallel for the Cardinals. And that is the break. What I will do right now, though, is some recapping. We're going to take a look at our autographs, and we'll do a quick little spin through our chrome cards, just because there aren't that many. We might as well. And then our orange and the one image variation that I did set aside, which was the Dustin May. And then the orange parallels, Lindor for the Indians, and the Indians again with Karinchak, Andrew Benintendi for the Red Sox, and the last of the orange parallels, Marcus Semien for the A's, the Oakland A's. Our chrome parallels, we've got Cubs and Boston Red Sox, Dodgers, Nationals, Mets, Angels, Blue Jays, Mets, Reds, Yankees, A's, Dodgers, and this one is a first day of issue. So it's not numbered, it's not chrome, but it does have that little stamp, first day of issue. So that's Eduardo Escobar for the Diamondbacks. For our box loaders, the one that was signed is this one right here, this nice Veritek, which is, of course, as you can see, they're hand numbered to 10 going to the Red Sox. So we did end up getting, I'm trying to get it in a way where you can see the whole thing. That sort of does it. But a nice little Veritek autographed box loader. Our other unautographed box loaders, Darryl Strawberry for the Mets, Yordan Alvarez, the Astros, the Big Hurt for the White Sox, Bryce Harper, Phillies, Mike Schmidt for the Phillies, Matsui for the Yankees, and Martinez for the Mariners. This is numbered to 1. It is a 1 of 1 for the Indians. That's why I put it in that little case, because I thought, well, why not? It's a 1 of 1. We might as well. Mr. Robert there comes out for the White Sox, and I put that in the case just because, well, he's hot right now, and, well, you know, I got not too many cards that fit in him, so we may as well put him and the 1 of 1 in there. That's what I thought. Bobby Bradley, Cleveland Indians, but the Robert is a nice hit. As is this David Wright, numbered to 25, going to the Mets. Fernandez heads to the Cardinals, the Twins, with Graterol. Then you have Karinchak for the Indians. Zach Collins here is numbered to 50. Goes to the White Sox. Yamamoto for the Marlins. Zach Gallen, the Diamondbacks. Matt Bass for the Angels. Jose Urquidy for the Astros. Randy Arozarena, the Cardinals. Rojas, the Diamondbacks. Nico on a hollow foil for the Cubs. There's your other Randy Arozarena for the Cardinals. And a second Nico. This one's not hollow foil. That is also the Cubs. Okay, so there is the break for tonight all finished up and recapped. What we're going to do right now is put up the shipping information one final time. So if you happen to miss that, or you're interested in knowing when you can expect your item to ship and what's coming up in the days ahead, that information is coming at you right now. So please remember, Monday is a holiday. There will be no mail delivery, no mail pickup or drop-off. So that's going to set everything back by a day as far as shipping. And there are breaks that are going out still yet ahead of this one. So as a result, I'm projecting this one to get out the door approximately Wednesday. And that is always plus or minus a day. If I can get it out to you sooner, I most certainly will. And if something happens or things take a little longer than expected, it could go a day later. But as it stands right now, I'm anticipating Wednesday. And everybody's got cards. You saw how many cards came out of this break, and they all ship, so we don't need to worry about consolation cards. As far as the days ahead, this is what it looks like. 3 nights off in a row for me. When I come back on Tuesday, I'm going to be well rested, I hope. Well, really, I'll be sorting all weekend. But anyway, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all 3 will be off nights. And we'll come back on Tuesday night and do a 5-box case of TriStar Game Day Great Series 2 autographed football jerseys and a 5-box case of Panini Immaculate Collegiate Football. Then Wednesday, we're going to do the new release, which is Leaf Valiant Football. Technically, it is a Tuesday release, but I am not feeling confident that it will actually be here on Tuesday because of the holidays. So I decided to schedule the break for Wednesday and hedge our bets a little bit. So that's what we are looking like in the days ahead. And I guess that's pretty well got me finished up for tonight. As always, I thank you for being here. I hope that you have a fantastic holiday weekend. Enjoy your long weekend, and that everyone stays safe and happy and healthy. I hope you'll come and see me again, and I guess I am out of here until Tuesday. So